everyone, it's Jerk, and welcome to the big show. This took a while, and it took a new commander build, but we got through to their agent, and tonight, our guest is the Tech Tree Tier 7 German battleship. You know it, you love it, and you want its accuracy buffed. Give it up for the Bismarck. Yes, I have had more than a couple requests for a Kraken in this ship, and finally, we got another one. And all it took was for me to rank a new commander up to 16 Legendary 2 and a bit of luck. So here is the new commander. You can see I'm using Henry J. Hyde now, and given the German battleship's proclivity to being on fire and the recently added legendary perk, not to mention the negative effects of the others, we've got properly meticulous on. This is still in the early days of messing around with this, so this build is subject to change without warning, and the owner of this video may not be held responsible for your own performance in it. I'm not sure there's too much for me to say on this ship. To me it's fun, but not as much fun as the Tirpitz, not as competitive as the Odin, and no, I haven't tried Hideout on the other German ships yet. I may give it a shot, but if those aren't broke, why fix them? And that's not me saying the Bismarck is broken, but it is quite susceptible to very big hits. It's got a big ol' superstructure that anyone can hit anywhere on the map, and the shape of its hull means over or under angling is very easy, which will result in big hits as well. Hyde does make the guns noticeably more accurate, but are they accurate in quotes? No. I'd need to go with a full dispersion build for that, and why would I give up my 11.5 kilometer secondaries for accuracy? Secondaries are the point of this ship, even if they do have gimped penetration values. Alright, let's get to this match. We are once again on Force of Habit. We're on Tears of the Desert. We spawned with a Kagero and an AFK Gneisenau, and I swear 80% of my games start with somebody not actually ready to play. And even when that Gneisenau player comes back, I'm not sure they're ready to play then either. But I'll point that out in a bit. I go ahead and take my usual route into this base for brawling battleships. I like to come in on this side as a brawler and then have an accuracy battleship on the north side of A to create a crossfire. But since we start down a ship already, I'm going to come in here and try to support our Kagero, as I'm getting hosed down in a warm and steady stream of HE by what I assume is a Cleveland, but is definitely a radar cruiser. What do we know? Well, I have a good idea there's no destroyer down here since I'm unspotted. We know there's a light cruiser behind this island, but we do know there's at least one destroyer in the center, and I suspect they'll head this way, as the attraction destroyers have to torping battleships is like Pepe Le Pew chasing Penelope Pussycat. I get spotted again, but it looks like it's the Ragnarok. Someone actually spent money on that? A fool and their money are soon parted, as they say. Having dropped spot on the Ragnarok, I know there's indeed a destroyer closing in. But I also desperately want to remove this cruiser, so I'm going to take a wide turn out to the right and then hard to the left. And then I'm going to see if any destroyer gets on A. This is a trick I try to employ as it gives me an idea of how close the destroyer is. If A starts flipping or is contested, they're close. If not, they're at least 9 kilometers away. Here's the torpedoes I've been waiting on. And now I would like this Kagero to get back, because I know what's going on in their gray matter. They're thinking, I'm going to torp that cruiser. And I'm thinking that cruiser is going to nuke you. And if you stay back, you can screen torps for me while I remove the only threat to you down here. Also, keep a casual eye on that Gneisenau behind me. Check their heading. Maybe in the morning when I play it's just amateur hour, or maybe it's that everyone is in Europe and it's late and they've been drinking, but that red Kagero shoots its guns and tells me exactly where it is. Let's go ahead and pop the secondary thingy and get it going. I had a game this morning where I caught an Akazuki without torps and just let my secondaries go to town. I saved that clip for the January highlights, so in a couple weeks you guys can see that. Probably the best thing that happened here is that red Kagero knocked out the engine of our blue one next to me. so they can't YOLO around this corner. Probably ends up saving their life. Alright. That was a little spammy, but by God, I can't be the only person out here shooting destroyers. And our Gneisenau continues on their heading. Cleveland is in sight, so let's check out the new and improved accuracy that Hyde provides. I mean, that's not great, but without Hyde, I probably would have missed the Cleveland and somehow hit the Kagero that pops up again. Not to fear, destroyer hunting battleship is back on the case. Would I have hit that without Hyde? Well, that is hard to say. That is how bad the German accuracy can be. Speaking of, you would think that the Cleveland is a German ship with the accuracy that captain is going to have. So let's just sit back and enjoy a dumb chase and my still not good dispersion. Maybe that's what the Gneisenau is doing on their way to the edge of the map. Just trying to see how long and how many salvos it's going to take for me to sink this Cleveland. You stole my kill! I am of course kidding. There are no kill steals. That being said, I would have liked to have sunk that because I had thought, well, if I get this Cleveland, we might get a Kraken. And now that it's gone, I'm thinking, there's no way. We've got too many ships left. How would I sink all three that are left? But we will see how that happens. It's 6-on-3 right now, but really it's 5-on-3 as the Gneisenau is out of the game. They started AFK, they end AFK, and because they moved, they'll end up with 291 points and a hefty loss of silver. There's a nearly dead Wichita down there, which I honestly can't be upset that it gets sunk. And a nearly dead Vanguard. And it looks like they're up against the Ragnarok from before, a Bismarck, and a California. Failed divisions. So I get a shut off. I'm going to try and see if I can't hit that California's Citadel, but no luck. I have had some decent luck with this Hyde build of getting some long-range Citadels on Nagato's, as it were. The very first game I took it out, I got a very good triple Citadel. But we'll see a full salvo here. And still German dispersion. So yeah, it's still not great. But hey, I get on the cap and I'll get an assist there too. Ouch. That is the squishy armor you know and despise on the Bismarck. Well, let's send a full salvo back and see how you like it. 2,000 damage. Jeez. Alright, let's look at the positioning here, because this positioning is really how the Kraken happens. Our friendly Ragnarok is sitting between B and A. All in all, not a bad place, but because of all the islands, they're probably not going to have too many shots they can take. It would probably be better for them if they were on the northeast corner of B, especially since I'm headed south. And for as much guff as I gave our destroyer earlier, they're moving into a good torpedo crossfire position in the center of the map. So you can see how we're going to start to envelop this team. I don't know if anyone else on our team has been spotted, but I have. So I'm fully expecting some resistance when I come around the horn here. Ooh. And that Ragnarok just took a few torpedoes from our Kagero. So this is really going to start to make things easy for me. Gotta admit, I was expecting a bigger hit than that on the California. And it looks like the red Bismarck has come around and... Okay, not a big hit that time, but this is just going to be shot selection here. This Ragnarok, he was going down anyway, but he's broadside to me. I may as well take it. And so now, what I'm trying to do is maintain my angle to this Bismarck while I can get this California. And I don't want to ram this Bismarck. That is not my intention. I'll deal with him after I get this done. So, we get our shot out on the California. Seriously? Alright, it's going to take one more shot out on the California while my secondaries just keep going away. Alright, so there is 4, and well, this is just a done deal. I fully was prepared to just be shooting this Bismarck, but I looked at the clock, our score. We're going to hit 1,000 points, so I gotta do what I gotta do. Not normally something I do, but you know what? It's gonna work. And there it is. Kraken 180 in the Bismarck. Is it the only way to get a Kraken in the Bismarck around? Maybe. No, of course not. So we finished this game with 2,457 points. A good game. But nothing to write home about, but the only medal on our team. But at least now I can remove the Bismarck from the list. So... questions, comments, requests, leave them down below, please. Oh, and I was going to mention, we crossed 500 subs. Thank you for all of that. A lot of people have been asking for streams or to play with subs, and I am totally on board with this. But I want to make it a goal. So once or if we can hit 1,000 subs, we'll do it then. And I'll try and figure out when is best for everyone, and we'll see what else. So if you haven't subscribed and you'd like to be a part of that, well, there is a button that will grant your wish. If you like your Bismarck full secondary meme, hit like. If you load into games just to sit AFK, hit dislike. I'll get back out there for another one, and we'll talk soon.